Are you being Cinderella? So, when you go self employed and you become your own boss, it reveals all of the patterns that you've had unconsciously going on because there's no boss there. There's no other boss there to blame your working pattern on. It's all you. And something that's come to me recently is through exploring more feminine archetypes in story, is how the idea of Cinderella can play out. Now, I've had a very strong inner critic, not strong in the sense of being very vocal, but mine would be like a felt sense of like an inner taskmaster that's, just this kind of unconscious drive to just keep busy, keep going, keep doing things. And I will spend way longer on a task than I need to, make things way more complicated than they need to be, as if like this taskmaster is the wicked stepmother inside that's forcing me to do way more work than I actually need to. And with Cinderella, actually, like the story Ever After is, a more empowered version of Cinderella, where she's not quite so dependent on the man to change her life. She is taking control from within, and she is strong, and she's convincing Prince Charming to change his view and step more into what he believes. So with that version of Cinderella, like her connection with the prince is this secret world, and this is one of the parts of this feminine archetype story, is that this there's a shining about it. There's a being lit up, but it's secret. And um, instead, you've got this kind of dependent world where you have to play a certain role, which is the busy, busy, busy. Have to be seen as busy. Have to be seen as like doing things. While there's kind of what you really want to do, that shining you stays hidden and out of sight for fear of upsetting the dependent world. And then eventually, like the end of the story is getting to a point where you realize something's keeping you stuck. And so in Ever After, it's this waiting for the mother to show love, the stepmother. And Danielle in that realizes that she's never going to get the love she's looking for from that stepmother. And just that acceptance of the truth means she just completely gives up on it. And this is part of the story, gives up what keeps her stuck. So, reflecting on my own kind of Ever After story, there has been a sense of giving up. I'm still kind of feeling into like my own version of that. Like, what is it that I'm giving up? And part of that is, I don't need to make things complicated. They can be a lot more simple, and more of a giving up of kind of letting go of like logical thinking about business and moving into more felt intuitive steps. I know my Facebook page is Intuitive Jackie. I think that's kind of a more aspirational way of living rather than one to one with the client. I work very intuitively. The rest of life, it's been an aspiration to kind of live in that way, and Facebook won't let me change it without showing. It's a whole complicated procedure, but like Facebook says no, so I've been stuck with it. But it's so interesting to kind of see this feminine archetype story and be able to relate to it. And I know there are so many business owners, not females, but those working with a more feminine energy, One's about more about connection, nurturing, nourishing, emotion, relationships, communication. Those kinds of businesses can have this sense of hiding the light, and our task is going inside and letting this archetype play out its story through us. So we do get to this final point where we choose to shine, and in that choosing to shine, there might be a little bit of chaos that goes on around us, but eventually, what was that dependent world on us being the non-shining version of us, it starts to see, actually, do you know what? The shining version of us really benefits all of us. So it's a really lovely, powerful feminine story of coming into that. It's like psychological independence. I can stand in my light. I can live in a way following the things that light me up. I don't have to be this Cinderella keeping busy and hiding the thing that really makes me lit up and shine. And yeah, I just know that there are business owners out there that need to hear this and know, yeah, if you give these archetypes space, if you give this archetypal story space, it can unfold through you, and you can get to that place of shining your light and having it create shifts in the world around you, because that's what the archetype is doing. That's deeply held pattern in the human soul, and we need more people doing that.